For problem number 22, it says use the graphing calculator on it and to enter x and y's in L1 and L2 and do your regression. Then I show you to enter a list, press Stat, Enter, and then enter your list. You must press Enter for your data entry to take. Okay, so let's do this for the first one. Okay, so for this, it says what polynomial has a graph that passes through the given points. So we need to look at all three things. First, we need to enter our points into the graphing calculator. -4, -1, 2, and 3. Our x values go into L1. So press Stat, Edit, so number 1. And here's L1. So we're going to type in, and remember for negative, you've got to do the negation sign, not the minus. So negation 4, enter, negation 1, enter, 2, enter, and 3, enter. So there's our L1. Now right arrow over and let's do L2. Negation 51, enter, negation 3, enter, 27, enter, and 61, enter. There they are. Now quit out of it. And now the next thing is it told us to, after we do enter our list, then we need to do our regression. So we're going to do the linear, the quadratic, and the cubic and see which one fits the best. So you press Stat, Calculate, and arrow choice to your correct choice. So Stat, Calculate. So let me go back to our problem. Here it is. It says Stat, and then we're going to calculate, and we're going to do a linear. Let's do the linear first, so 4, and press Enter. And notice there it is. Now, what if your test was just showing you equations? And there was something there that said y equals 14.8x plus 8.5. Well, you would know right away that's the linear regression. You could select it and stop. You know, but what if all three were there and you had to select the best fit? So you have to go through all three of them before you make your decision. Okay? So which one fits the best? So how do you see? We have to turn your stats plots on first. And to do that, you're going to go to second function, stat plots, and select that one that says plots on 5. Okay, and press Enter. It says done, and clear your screen. So now that the plots are on, we'll see the dots on the graph. But now we need to transfer that data over. And I didn't put this on the instructions, but it's easy enough to do. So think about what we're trying to do. We're trying to look at our graph. So we're going to do to y equals, and we need something in here. We need that data, that equation in here. So let's transfer the variables over, what we just calculated, the a and the b and the equation. So click Variables, and we're bringing over statistics, so 5 because regressions are statistics, and we're bringing over that equation, so EQ, and it's the regression equation, so press 1, and there it is, 14.8x plus 8.5, and press Enter, and graph, and see what it looks like. It looks pretty perfect, but we're not sure. Let's zoom in, so zoom 0, and really it's missing most of these. It looks like it perfectly goes through the first one and then it sort of misses the rest. So let's see if the other equations are closer. So let's zoom back out. So zoom 6 takes us back to the standard zoom. Now let's go to the next regression. So again, I'm going to clear my screen here. I'm going to go to Statistics, Calculate, and there it is. We've done linear. Now let's do quadratic, number 5. And press Enter. And those are some pretty hairy numbers. And let's transfer that over into our y equals. So we can quit out of that. Whoops, quit out of that. And So go y equals, and we want to clear out the previous equation, so clear that. And now we want to bring in our new variables. So select variables, 5 for statistics, equations, so we're going over 2, and our regression equation. And there it is, that big hairy problem. So press enter and graph. And there's our stat plots, the little dots, and we can't see much from that, so let's zoom in. Zoom 0 is a zoom to fit. It looks pretty close, but it's still not perfect. It's still not perfectly going through these. So let's check our cubic. All right, so this was the quadratic. Now I'm going to clear this, and I'm going to go to my next regression. So statistics, calculate, and cubic regression, number 6. Press enter. And there it is, nice clean numbers. This one's nice and pretty. So if a is 1, we've got 1x cubed, which is just x cubed, plus 2x squared, plus 5x plus 1. So let's see what that looks like. So let's graph it. Y equals, let's clear out the previous. Let's transfer that over. So variables, statistics, because that's the one we were on, equation, and regression equation, and it brought over the same one. I don't like that. Let's try this again. Let me clear. So y equals variable, statistics, equation, number 1, and it looks like it's bringing over something really funky. But if you look, these are really, really, that's like almost a perfect 1. So it's not exact. So let's go ahead and just see what happens. I'm going to hit enter and graph it. And that is perfect. I can already see it's matched these 4 points better than it's matched anything. You can zoom in on it. Zoom 0. Which I already was. So it's a perfect fit. And then you can zoom back out. So zoom 6. And I would say the cubic is the perfect regression. It went through all 4 of those points perfectly. So that would be our answer. So what polynomial graph? It would be the cubic regression, which is, that's a mess. Let's go back to the original equation when we saw it in the stat. Calculate 6. There it is. So you would say x cubed plus 2x squared plus 5x plus plus 1, excuse me. So it's your cubic regression, and that's the equation. And that's how you do these. And that's everything for today from your test that I was giving you. I will have one of my classes add the instructions to transfer the data over, the variables over, onto your cheater sheet. And that concludes everything. Study hard, and we'll see you Monday. Be ready to take the test, 1 through 14 the first day, and then 15 through 25 the second day. Actually, I'm looking at the test right here. It's 1 through 13 the first day, and 14 through 25 the second day. Okay? All right, thank you. Have a good weekend. Study hard.